What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Smackdown Live is where we are here today, and we got the final episode before we head off right into the sunset of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. The ladder match is all set. The competitors are all set. We just have to make the final touches before we head into that pay-per-view this weekend. And coming up, kicking the show off right now, we have given one of these superstars a warm-up match. Now, he's going to go up against Tyler Breeze, as you can see right here. New addition to Smackdown Live coming over from NXT after the little fallout between him and his former partner, The Miz. Tyler Breeze coming down to the ring over here on Smackdown Live. Right where he belongs. But he's gonna play a little bit of a role today, because he's gonna be a warm-up for Ricky Morton. Now, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, had just recently beat the Usos, who were really in line to be the tag team #1 contenders. Like, if they won that match, I probably would have given them the championship. So, I've decided they beat them. I might as well give the Rock and Roll Express that title shot. I mean, it's only right. I mean, you can say it makes sense. You can even say it doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, whatever you say, it don't matter. It's happening. So Robert Gibson, did I choose Robert Gibson or Ricky Morton? I can't even remember. One of them are gonna have a match here tonight. They're gonna face off against Tyler Breeze for a warm-up. To warm up for the tag team champions in the Revival. Because they're gonna need that warm-up. The Revival. Oh, they're on fire. They are on fire right now. So, bruh, they gotta be ready. So, we need to pick up a win in this one. We chose Ricky Morton coming down here. Just seeing, coming down, throwing up the Rock and Roll sign. Bruh, I mean, I was not expecting them to win that match against the Usos. I'm just saying, I was not expecting it. And you might even be able to say I was booking them as jobbers. But they gotta win. And you know what? That is what it is at the end of the day. That's how the universe mode works. You get the win, you get the win, you get your opportunity. And that's why I did it, really. I wanted to give out an opportunity. You let people earn their chance. And beautiful things could happen. I mean, they could even win the tag team championships this weekend. They could do it. There's nothing getting in their way. There's nothing stopping. Well, the Revival were getting in their way, but there's no outside interference stopping them. They could be our tag team champions. Tyler Breeze getting in some early offense. I thought for a second he was wearing an NXT armband. Let's say bruh. Let's say bruh. He's pushed Ricky Morton back up into the corner. You see the referee separating them. And a clean break. Surprisingly, a clean break. Another lockup between these two superstars, and Tyler Breeze showing off his wrestling prowess to begin with. Bringing Ricky Morton down to his knees and working on that arm. Tyler Breeze coming out here trying to make an impact, trying to make some waves in SmackDown Live after his return. His first match as he hits the neck break. His first match was obviously against Bobby Roode in that Money in the Bank qualifier. Bobby Roode came out on top. But Tyler Breeze did not make it easy for him. Tyler Breeze almost came out on top himself. You said Ricky Morton dumpling outside the ring. Like I was saying, Tyler Breeze could just as easily have been in that Money in the Bank qualifying match. Very, very easily could have been there. Just a few tiny things have gone differently. Tyler Breeze could have been in there. Of course, all the numbers are set now. We've got Cassius Ohno in there. It was not Adam Cole. I forgot, who is it? I forgot it again. It's Cassius Ohno, Aleister Black, and Luke Harper on the NXT side of things. And of course, we got Bobby Roode, Rob Van Dam, and Edge. So that is those are the 6 competitors for this Money in the Bank ladder match coming this weekend. We don't even need to stress the importance of that match again. We don't need to stress the huge reward that you get for winning a match of that magnitude. So I ain't going to. I was just about to. I said we don't need to, then I was about to. I ain't even going to tell you what you get, because everybody knows what you get and how big it is. Possibly between that and the Royal Rumble, some of the best wins you can get. I mean, the Royal Rumble is sending you straight to a championship shot at WrestleMania. The Money in the Bank briefcase, of course. Again, we know where it does. So Tyler Breeze going up for that middle rope right there. In control of Ricky Morton for a lot of this match so far. Ricky Morton needs to get things going. He needs to get his partner behind him and get some momentum. I say momentum. Get some momentum behind him, they need to. But Tyler Breeze just keeps countering. Ricky Morton getting one of his own now. Taking Tyler Breeze down in a 5-knuckle shuffle. You know what? It wasn't even a 5-knuckle shuffle. It was just a fist drop. There was no 5-knuckle shuffle. Ricky Morton off of the mid rope. Tyler Breeze. Both guys actually, not just Tyler Breeze. Both guys finding it relatively hard to get back to their feet off of such a trivial move. And Tyler Breeze counters that into an inverted DDT drop on Ricky Morton. And taking him out right there. Now it's working on the neck. Ricky Morton. It's been a slow-paced match for the most part, and Tyler Breeze picking up the pace out of nowhere and going for the cover on Ricky Morton. 1, 2, kick out right on the stroke of 2. Tyler Breeze thought the super kick was going to be enough to get it done, and it was not. Ricky Morton, little bit of life left in him. Is he going to be able to pick up a win heading into this championship match? Ricky Morton was going for the dropkick, and if I remember correctly, the dropkick is his signature move. It's trash, isn't it? A dropkick for your signature move. You gotta have a specialized dropkick for it to be a special move. He's going for a cover for a Russian leg sweep. Tyler Breeze kicked out very early, which is not a good sign for Ricky Morton. Not a good sign that Tyler Breeze just kicked out that so early. Tells you that he is not worn down nearly as much as he needs to be. He connects with a chop to the chest. Tyler Breeze lining up something. Springboard off the middle rope sends Ricky Morton to a very tough landing right there. Spine crashing against the concrete. As he slowly drags himself up to his feet, Tyler Breeze tries to head outside towards him. And the referee says, no, you're going to have to wait for the man to get inside the ring. And Tyler Breeze does exactly that. Connects with a kick and then a DDT, driving Ricky Morton onto the canvas. What's Tyler Breeze looking for now? Might be looking for the end beauty shot. Connect. Heel to face. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Why is Robert Gibson clapping? Ricky Morton kicks out midway though. But why was Robert Gibson clapping after my man got clapped on the beauty shot? Tyler Breeze is taking control of this match. Oh, he's going for the right hand right there. Oh, my man just dodged that drop kick again. Right hand avoided. Tyler Breeze with a reversal of his own now dragging Ricky Morton to his feet. Tyler Breeze did not get the memo that this was a warm-up as he goes tumbling outside the ring now. He did not get the memo that he was a warm-up for Ricky Morton. Oh my god, are we going to do this now? No. Ricky Morton avoids that. Power slam down from Tyler Breeze. Well, I thought he was going to go off the rope, but he's going to top shelf. Pundit top shelf. Calling Tyler Breeze. Is he going to go for a drop kick off the top? The signature drop. Oh, he missed it. Tyler Breeze now avoided the drop kick. My man hasn't been able to connect with a single drop kick. The beauty shot barely connected, but it did so connect. Is he going to go for the cover for this? I think he is, but was that enough to put Ricky Morton away as it didn't connect properly. 100%. 1, 2, 3. Beauty shot gets it done, and the Rock and Roll Express do not have the ideal warm-up for their match coming up against the Revival, the tag team champions at Money in the Bank. Ricky Morton didn't do bad, but he just could not land that drop kick on Tyler Breeze. In the end, ultimately, he was having none of it. Look at that, just slap that drop kick away to the side. Tyler Breeze gets his first victory since turning up on Smackdown Live, and Robert Gibson finally showing the emotion he should have been showing when the man got hit with a beauty shot the first time. Put that girl down so can stick away, Tyler Breeze. This is not what we are about here. Okay. Rick, oh my god, everybody is booing him. Look at this, everybody is booing him. If you missed the last episode, you need to go and check out what happened there. We had a revelation. He said everybody to shut up. Oh my days. We had a revelation that Ric Flair and Stephanie may have possibly been match fixing in the past. You're all a bunch of greedy slobs. You'll have your hands out every night just asking all of us for more. We're out here putting everything, giving you anything you want and need. And what have you done to thank us? Nothing. Every week I go ahead and book the best matches possible for you guys. Go ahead and boo me. I've heard it all before and worse. I've got something to say. And I'm not leaving until I say it, so the more you boo, the longer I'll be out here. And the truth is, no, you wasn't supposed to hear why I asked the AJ Styles last week. No, I didn't want you to see that. No, yes, I would have preferred to keep it under the carpet. But you know what? It's out there now. Am I sorry? Hell no. Speaking to Stephanie last week, she made a whole lot of sense. She said that this best of 5 series should be the grandest spectacle we've had for a long time. She said we would get so much more ratings if we meddled. She told me we need a comeback story. She said it would be so much more attractive if AJ Styles had gone down 2-0 and had to fight back and we had a comeback story, and it went to the 5th match. And you know what? It all made sense to me. It all made perfect sense. So I brought the idea to AJ Styles and I told him what we wanted him to do, to just throw one match and go 2-0 down, and the rest could take his place from there. And what did AJ Styles do? He came out in the main event and he went against my word. He came out here and he beat Chris Jericho and he leveled up the series. So you know what? There's no more Mr. Nice Guy from Ric Flair. No more Mr. Nice Guy from me. I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. And we're gonna make sure that AJ Styles not only goes down in this series, but we're gonna make sure that AJ Styles loses this WWE Championship once and for all. Because you know what? AJ Styles would be nothing without the backroom staff, without the GM behind it. So today, to begin the downfall of AJ Styles, we're gonna put the odds against him. Today's best of 5 match will be a submission match. Submission only. Meaning, I don't know about you, but I put the odds strongly in the court of Chris Jericho and the walls of Jericho. So I hope you regret your actions. I hope it's clear to you now that you should have just done what I asked. Oh wow, where do I start? AJ Styles is gonna have to put the best of 5 match. I can't even speak. Submission match today, and I think we all know that heavily favors Chris Jericho, who's already made AJ Styles tap once from that Walls of Jericho. What is going on with the GM now? And tonight, what we have is a match for Seth freaking Rollins Now this man is set to face off against Samoa Joe at Money in the Bank. Now we're hoping that these guys could bring to an end this feud that they've been having, because for the longest time they've just been going back and forth, and we thought it was over at Clash of Champions, but they just kept going at it. It was just, Samoa Joe was not done with Seth Rollins apparently, and Seth Rollins retaliated, and now they've just ended right back up at square one. So at Money in the Bank, we're looking to bring this feud to its conclusion. Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe have been so heated towards each other. I mean, we ain't even managed to get them in the ring that often. They just keep going at it. Well, I mean, get them in the ring in terms of a one-on-one scheduled match. But, like, majority of the time, they're just attacking each other and interrupting matches, and it is what it is. But we've got a little warm-up for Seth Rollins. Let me tell you something. Let me go ahead and introduce his opponent. It ain't gonna be easy. It is not gonna be easy for Seth Rollins. Like I like to do it when you get a warm-up match, you gotta challenge yourself. You gotta get yourself. Because I mean, if you're facing someone like Samoa Joe, you need a tough warm-up. You need to be ready for Sam Joe. But here we go. Seth Rollins' opponent for the day, Eddie Guerrero. He just faced off against AJ Styles at Clash of Champions in the WWE Championship. Fell short of becoming the WWE champion, but Eddie Guerrero is still, we already know, he's one of the best in-ring performers the business has ever seen. He's one of the best in-ring performers the business has ever seen, one of the most talented guys inside the ring. So he is by no means a pushover. He could most certainly give Seth Rollins a challenge inside the ring tonight. So it can't happen. And Eddie Guerrero coming in here, looking to give Seth Rollins a little bit of a run for his money. We'll see what happens. We don't actually know if Samoa Joe is in the building, but Seth Rollins might actually be able to get himself a warm-up. I mean, to be honest, if Samoa Joe is in the building, I wouldn't put it past him coming out here and trying to interrupt in some way or another. Because, I mean, would you want your opponent for the pay-per-view coming out here to get a warm-up? I don't know. Getting in the mood to pick up a victory, get some momentum under his belt. I'm not too sure. Would you look at it that way, or would you look at it in the way of he has to fight while I get some rest and I'll be fresh for our match? I don't know. No, it depends how the Destroyer looks at it. Seth Rollins. This is... Oh my God! King Slayer Neil! 21! 2! Oh, King... I'm seeing. How did he get finished so quick? Seth Rollins is out here to make a statement to Samoa Joe. And if Samoa Joe is backstage watching, he's going to see this. And he is no doubt going to be at least a little bit worried, because Seth Rollins came out here. Another one! King Slayer knee to the chin of Eddie Guerrero again. Seth, go for the pin. Oh my God. Eddie Guerrero just faced AJ Styles for the championship. He's at the top of the business. 1, 2, 3! Seth Rollins has just beat Eddie Guerrero in like a minute. 2 minutes max. Oh my God. Seth Rollins has just destroyed Eddie Guerrero. Samoa Joe has to be on top of his game, bruh. Oh! Kendo stick! Samoa Joe with a kendo stick! Taking out Seth Rollins after the match. Oh my God, Samoa Joe just can't let it sit. This is, I guess he just wanted to shut that momentum down ASAP. Make sure you guys go over there and do me a favor. Check out NXT from last night. Make sure you don't miss it. Co-op Universal. It is part of this series. You don't want to miss it. I mean, if you haven't been watching NXT, you are missing a huge chunk of my universe mode. Like, it's joined. It's all one series. So make sure you check it out. They got some superstars who used to be on Smackdown Live. They got some superstars who stolen, and you know, it is what it is. But they got some top guys over there. Guys like Cesaro. They got guys like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Aleister Black. They got teams like Sanity over there. So make sure you go over and check out NXT and see what's going on over there. Because of course, Money in the Bank is coming up, and it is a joint pay-per-view. So go and see who they got going to Money in the Bank. Oh, Bray Wyatt is coming down to the ring now for a little bit of a promotion. And Bray Wyatt and Baron Corbin has been looking for Bray Wyatt so intensely. And Baron Corbin's come to me multiple times and asked to get onto the Money in the Bank card. I said to him, you know what? I don't think that's the right card for you guys, especially with the limited space on the card, of course, with it being a joint pay-per-view. I said, I don't think that's the right one. But I said to Baron Corbin, if you really want Bray Wyatt inside the ring, you make it happen, and I'll make sure that it gets on the very next card. So Bray Wyatt has been playing mind games with Baron Corbin, and I'm guessing that's more what he's out to come and address. I'm not too sure, though. You never know what's going on with Bray Wyatt's mind. When I was just a young boy, my daddy told me a story. He taught me a lesson very young. And he told me that the world and life is not fair. He told me that there is no good, there is no bad, there's no right, no wrong, no good, and no evil. And I'm here to tell the same story to Baron Corbin. You see, Baron Corbin, he believes in justice, and he believes that when he comes into the ring with me, he will defeat me because that's what's right. He believes that this is what I deserve. He deserves to beat me inside this ring. But I will tell you, Baron, that is not how the world works. See, since a very young age, you people are taught to believe that you can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want to be. But let me tell you, you see, because Baron Corbin, when you step inside the ring with a guard, you do not succeed. You know, because the lone wolf you claim to be a lone wolf, you claim to walk alone. But I'm here to tell you that the lone wolf is the weakest of all beings. Wolves hunt in packs. Wolves are most powerful when they have their brothers and sisters alongside them, Baron, and you are alone. You have no brothers, no sisters. You have no beings, no power alongside you. You see, I will defeat Baron Corbin because Baron Corbin is just the tiniest piece of a bigger puzzle. You see, the deities of war are coming, and I will spearhead that apocalypse. And it's only a matter of time before Bray Wyatt rules over the WWE once more. So when I face Baron Corbin, do not be surprised when I take over the WWE once more. Oh my God, Bray Wyatt ended up on his knees and everything. What is happening inside this ring now? Bray Wyatt. Wow, this man is just chilling. He's just chilling. And here we are, right back into the next matchup. Some guys out here trying to get some words in on the mic. But Charlotte Flair is coming down here, get herself a little bit of a matchup. I mean, we don't really need to get all the champions in the matches this week, which is why you're seeing a couple more warm-ups and stuff like that. Charlotte Flair gonna get herself a some of a power rankings match because she came out. She said she wanted a shot at Asuka. But of course, Sasha Banks came out and she said, you know what, I'm the #1 contender, don't you forget that. And they ended up all having a triple threat match. So Charlotte, I mean, she's not giving up on Asuka. She's still... Go ahead and skip that right there before we get a little bit too carried away. But Charlotte still wants a shot at Asuka, but if I'm going to give her a shot at Asuka, you know, she's going to have to show that she deserves. She can't just get the shot because she's Ric Flair daughter, you know. She got to earn that just a little bit. And she's up against Little Miss Bliss tonight. One-on-one action. Little 5 Feet of Fury Columbus, Ohio is where she's wrestling out of. She's going to come and try and get her shot. A big opportunity for Alexa Bliss to get her name up in there if she gets a victory over Charlotte Flair. Just getting yourself, for the women's division, they don't all necessarily get a chance around here. Like, it's tough, man. We don't really have enough slots on the weekly show and stuff. I'm going to try and get them more looks in. But, yeah, man, if you could just get a win, then I have to take a look at you at least. You got so much talent in this women's roster, and like I say, not all that much time to book them all and give them all a look in. So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss going, ooh, she went for that big boot. The bulldog there from Alexa Bliss, now calling Charlotte to her feet. And a big boot connects that time. Charlotte down. I ain't gonna lie to you, I would like to see Charlotte versus Asuka. What a match that would be. We've got WrestleMania just around the corner in real life, and that's what's gonna happen. One of the few matches I'm actually looking forward to on the card. Charlotte versus Asuka. They better put on for the city. I'm just saying. They better put on a good performance. Asuka, is it just me, or does Alexa Bliss hair look real bleach blonde right here? Is this how they actually made it in the game? Is it naturally this bleach blonde? Is this actually what we're talking about? Find out next week on Smackdown Live. We're really talking about the color of Alexa Bliss's hair rather than the actual performance. Alexa Bliss just slamming Charlotte Flair down onto the canvas. Alexa Bliss wiping her hands off. Got a little wrestling takedown from Bliss. Did it take it? Oh, Enziguri got Charlotte's arm all hung up on the rope. What an Enziguri. Alexa Bliss is actually getting the better of the queen of SmackDown Live, as she calls herself. The goddess getting better of the queen. And just like that, insult to injury connects, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and a kick out from Charlotte Flair. Wow, just like that, insult to injury out of nowhere. And here she goes, she's lining up the end already, kick to the gut, DDT! Oh my, what's happened to Charlotte? What's happened to Charlotte? Eddie Guerrero first, now Charlotte 1, 2, and a shoulder up from Charlotte Flair. Oh Lord. What a start to this match from Alexa Bliss. She knows. I mean, we didn't have to tell her what a big win this would be. She knows. She's come out here to get that win. Oh man, goddamn. She was working on the down. Charlotte actually took her off the ground with that snapmare. Like, she was flying for a hot minute. Charlotte Flair evading the drop kick, throwing some strikes of her own. And Alexa Bliss is just so tricky, like such a tiny competitor. Able to do things like that, just slips down the back off the shoulder of Charlotte Flair to get the counter. And Alexa Bliss, what? Ooh. If you remember in season 1, these two had a matchup and Charlotte Flair did defeat, Charlotte Flair beat Alexa Bliss with that same tactic, feet up on the ropes. Alexa Bliss wasn't happy with it as well, if you remember. Trying to get her back with that one. Charlotte repaying the favor this time. As this time is Charlotte slipping down the back of Alexa Bliss. And what Charlotte got in mind? That kick to the stomach, we know exactly what she's got in mind. Natural selection connects on Alexa Bliss. She is laid out in the middle of the ring. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Shoulder up from Alexa Bliss. 2. Kicks out of the natural selection. I think Charlotte knows what she might need to pull out the bag. If she wants to get this victory, it might need to be the figure 8 leg lock. She's up in the middle rope. All the momentum is with me. I was about to say, all the momentum is with Charlotte Flair, and it was. I wasn't lying. Ooh, and there goes insult to injury. Knees to the stomach, hooks the leg. 1, 2. kick out. And what's interesting is she actually used the insult to Adrian with stripping pin. So if Charlotte has a resiliency, it might have just disappeared right now. She's gone for the DDT. It didn't work. Now she's top rope. Twisted Bliss hits. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss defeats Charlotte Flair. She's got a little bit of a payback from season 1. Big win for Alexa Bliss. Coming. Oh, it's Peyton Royce coming in too. Peyton Royce, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce both running up on Smackdown Live, taking out Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. What is going on here? These two women have just announced themselves on the show. And here we are. Main event of the evening again. Match 3 in this best of 5 series. And Y2J has a huge chance of going 2-1 up tonight as Ric Flair, the GM of Smackdown Live, has made a controversial decision to make this a submission match, which clearly favors the submission specialist in Chris Jericho. But you know what? Don't count out AJ Styles, because AJ Styles is a very crafty competitor. I mean, we know he's got a calf killer, which he does very much like to lock in. Can it get the job done? Most definitely. But, I mean, Chris Jericho is much more adept at locking in the rules of Jericho. We've already seen it once as well, like I say. We've already seen that it can defeat AJ Styles. Match 1, we saw AJ Styles tap out to the rules of Jericho. So if he can lock it in this match, which I'm damn sure he will be able to. I mean, the question really is, will Chris Jericho be able to get that rules of Jericho locked in before AJ Styles really can get the calf killer locked in? Or more times at least. Because if he can, Chris Jericho will pick up a win. But it seems now like AJ Styles has damn near the world against him. Here he is, WWE Champion. Ric Flair pretty much said, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure AJ Styles loses that belt, which is, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe the GM would start acting this way. But it's crazy. It's crazy if you ask me. It really is. Ric Flair seems resigned to getting that belt off of AJ Styles. Maybe he thinks AJ Styles got a little bit too big for his boots. I don't know. I mean, I'm just seeing that AJ Styles doesn't want to forfeit a match. I mean, I guess Ric Flair and Stephanie McMahon have made their minds up. Definitely, Ric Flair seems to come to the conclusion that AJ Styles is no longer a man who should be on this WWE Championship. Whether that's the right decision or not, it's not for me to say. It's not for me to say. But AJ Styles, I mean, I have no doubt. I can't see him giving up this belt without a fight. That's just the AJ Styles, so we know he's going to hold it down for as long as possible. There you go, that belt. I mean, that belt's been around his waist for quite some time. We've seen that he could beat Chris Jericho. We've seen that Chris Jericho can beat him. One thing we haven't seen so far is a pinfall. And we're not going to get that in this match also. So, I mean, maybe in the next match, we should see some sort of matchup that requires a pinfall. Don't you just think that's right? Maybe a Hell in a Cell match or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. And here we go. Get off to a quick start now. It's AJ Styles with the gut buster. I wonder how Chris Jericho feels about this. Because Chris Jericho is a proud man. For him to find out that the GM wanted AJ Styles to forfeit the match, which kind of tells us, I mean, that's almost as good as saying that we don't think Chris Jericho is going to beat you tonight, so throw the match. I don't know how Chris Jericho would feel about that one. Over the top rope, springboarding in with a drop kick. Chris Jericho countered by AJ Styles, and AJ Styles powerbombing Chris Jericho and going straight back in for the offense. AJ Styles, I mean, he knows that it's all up against him. He's damn near going up against Chris Jericho and the GM now, which is crazy in itself. But AJ Styles now going at Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho right there, kicking away the knee, ending up in a little scuffle. Just nice little counter there from AJ Styles with a backflip. Some of the things that this man could do was nothing short of excellent. And what a beautiful move right there from AJ Styles. And now working on that arm. Is this something to see? Is this something to pay attention to, that maybe AJ Styles is gonna try and finish the match with some sort of arm submission? I mean, you'd think it would be the calf killer, his go-to option. But is that gonna be the case? We just don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Chris Jericho now springboarding in once more with that drop kick. And now what's he gonna go for? Heading up to that middle rope. It's gonna be interesting to see what kind of moves AJ Styles leans towards. If he's even going to bobble the Styles Clash with Phenomenal Forearm. I mean, you'd think he would, just for the ability to wear down his opponent and take him out of his game just a little bit. AJ Styles taking the second outside to recover, and that seems to have done well for him. Chris Jericho again finds himself on the outside, decides not to springboard it with a drop kick. This time, this might have been a smart decision. You don't want to keep pulling off the same move. That's how your opponent reads you, and Chris Jericho has been doing this long enough to know that you don't want to become predictable inside that ring. Throwing a right hand at Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho with a little bit of a counter again. These guys, I mean, going to end up saying it every single match, I think. They just know each other's moves damn near inside out at this point. They've been studying each other for a long time. And just as it looked like Chris Jericho was going to pull out the same move again, AJ Styles encountered it. He said, you know what, you're not doing that one again. And AJ Styles with a line, so pulling a move out of Chris Jericho's bag. Chris Jericho says he's a man of 100 holds. Or is it 1,000 holds? I don't remember. I think it's 100. Man of 100 holds. And AJ Styles has quite a few holds himself. And AJ Styles heads out to the apron, and AJ Styles is going to go for that phenomenal forearm as it connects to the face of Chris Jericho. Oh man, now he's looking at a submission. I mean, AJ Styles, and it's like, what is he? That's the most interesting aspect of this match. What is AJ Styles going to use to bring this match to an end? I mean, right after that phenomenal forearm, of course, AJ Styles will just go for a cover. If he gets the pin, he gets the pin. I mean, more often than not, he gets the pin off that phenomenal forearm. But now he has to think of a whole bunch of different ways to finish it off. Like, he's getting there towards the end, but he's got to find a way to put the match to bed. Whereas Chris Jericho's got the exact move to put the match to bed. And AJ Styles on the outside. Surprised he didn't go for another phenomenal forearm or something of that sort from the outside. Chris Jericho takes the initiative in this match. Going up for a powerbomb, and AJ Styles throwing a couple of right hands. WWE Championship is what they're fighting for. Of course, it's not on the line in this match, but the first man to 3 wins will walk out as the WWE Champion. And of course, this match is to decide who goes to 2 wins. So, I mean, this is a big one. Whoever wins this one after that only needs 1 more victory to be the WWE Champion. You can only think that it's going to get a lot harder from here for AJ Styles, because with the GM kind of trying to make things as hard as possible for him, as you see AJ Styles maybe has the game plan wrong here, as he's going again, this time Styles Clash connecting on Chris Jericho, or maybe he's got the right game plan. Like I said, he's going for that submission. He's trying to wear down his opponent before he locks into submissions, as he's got one locked in right here on Chris Jericho. But is it going to be enough? None of these are submissions that AJ Styles is particularly proficient at. None of these are submissions that you could say he's worked at for a certain amount of time and that he's mastered. But I mean, it's going to have to be the calf killer, you think. You would think it's got to be the calf killer. Jericho now. Oh, AJ Styles is just doing a great job of countering Chris Jericho and not letting him get any momentum. Not letting him get any of that. Got Jericho up on his shoulders. Another, again, that same move from AJ Styles. Pulling new moves out the bag in game 3. Because that's a move we hadn't seen. That's beautiful. Again, AJ Styles just so creative, ever so imaginative with his moveset. And he's really got Chris Jericho where he wants it. But can he finish it? Oh, this is going to be a problem. He might be a little bit too close to the ropes. The calf killer, he's not too close to the ropes. It's AJ Styles has made Chris Jericho tap. AJ Styles has defied the odds. He's made Chris Jericho tap in a submissions match. AJ Styles, the calf killer. Oh my God. I was sure that this was going to be Chris Jericho's match. I'm sure Ric Flair was sure this was going to be Chris Jericho's match. But Chris Jericho didn't even get the Walls of Jericho to come out. That's how good this man AJ Styles is. Ever the ropes. But not close enough, I guess. Not close enough. What? Oh my God. We're getting news. We are getting news. Ric Flair is saying that the referee made a mistake. It was a rope break. And we got to restart the match. Ric Flair is ordering that the match be restarted. So here we go. The referee is starting this match all over again. Ric Flair is this is I can't think of a scenario where AJ Styles walks out as WWE champion after 5 matches, after the best of 5 matches. Sorry, I can't imagine. I can't think of a scenario with Ric Flair playing up against him like this. I cannot imagine. Elbow from AJ Styles towards Chris Jericho now. Chris Jericho has got to really be maybe a little bit more, is careful the word, be a little bit more careful, more vigilant, knowing that AJ Styles, now he knows AJ Styles really does have what it takes to make him tap. That calf killer is a formidable move. Chris Jericho's got to really be on his A game as hits AJ Styles with a senton. Chris Jericho's really got to be feeling a little bit confident now as well, and you can see he's feeling confident, propping himself up on that top rope. As he all but knows that he's got the GM on his side. He's got a GM in his pocket almost. Chris Jericho might just become the WWE champion after this series ends. Ric Flair is pretty much working for AJ Styles. Oh, Chris Jericho doing a good job to slip out of that and hitting the neck break. I think AJ Styles gave all he had in that first match. And Chris Jericho instantly, look at him, working on the leg of AJ Styles now. Working on the leg. We know that Walls of Jericho predominantly working on the back, but it's not easy on the legs either at all, especially the upper legs, the vital areas. I said bicep areas. AJ Styles is a fighter though. He is not going to give up this match. I wonder what Ric Flair will have to say if AJ Styles wins this one cleanly, if he is the calf killer bang in the middle of the ring. If he'll have anything to say about that, I can't imagine he will. I imagine he'll just have to let that slide. Chris Jericho was going for the same move what AJ Styles was just going for, and AJ Styles pulled out an identical counter. These guys truly are at the top of their field as AJ Styles off the rope ends a Guri to the back of the head of Chris Jericho. What a statement it will send from AJ Styles. If he could beat Chris Jericho 2 times in a row in a submission match. Like, we can't overstate how big that is. With Chris Jericho being the submission man, that's massive. Neck breaker connects from Chris Jericho now. So his second of the match. Oh, he might have been looking for that Walls of Jericho right there, but AJ Styles was alive to it. AJ Styles very much alive to that situation. And AJ Styles, surely that time, I think AJ Styles broke it up this time because he didn't want a repeat of that situation. He doesn't want Ric Flair announcing that we have to repeat this match again. He wants to get it done cleanly. There we go, Chris Jericho sending, AJ Styles is on the top of his game though. Looking phenomenal as it is. And getting the crowd behind him. My, oh my. Shepherd's pie. My shepherd's pie. AJ Styles now setting up the powerbomb and Chris Jericho with a DDT. You really have to think about where the future of this series lies, how it plays out with Ric Flair behaving like this. And is this instructed? How much of this is instructed by Stephanie, and how much is this Ric Flair's game plan? Chris Jericho takes the action outside now. Is this a submissions Falls Count Anywhere match, or are they gonna have to finish the match inside the ring? Because that might be a smart move, taking it outside to avoid those rope breaks. Because the referee is not counting So maybe you can go for a submission outside the ring. It's AJ Styles now taking Chris Jericho towards the corner. We've seen this move before as Chris Jericho planted off of that rope. It would have been a beautiful chance for him to go for that 450 splash if Chris Jericho had lined up properly, but he didn't. Chris Jericho countering that one. AJ Styles with an instant counter reversal of that big right hand to the face of AJ Styles, followed by another one by AJ Styles. Gutbuster follows up again. These two men been giving it their all inside this ring. And, oh, Chris Jericho with a reversal of what seemed like it was going to be a big move. I think AJ Styles, you see, ducked down a little bit, might have been looking for that calf killer again. Chris Jericho with a forearm, followed by a big right hand. AJ Styles spins around back. What's he looking for now? Bulldog from Chris Jericho. Might just have AJ Styles just where he wants him. Working on that lower back just a little bit. He might be getting ready to go for that Walls of Jericho, people. So AJ Styles is able to slip out of that move. And Chris Jericho, too quick, ducking under the chop to the chest, getting the Walls of Jericho in place, and is cranking on the back of AJ Styles, and AJ Styles taps. And Chris Jericho picks up the victory over AJ Styles. The second time of asking, I mean, how fair is that? How unfair is that, should I say? I mean, first of all, that Ric Flair has booked AJ Styles in a match that clearly benefits his opponent. And secondly, that after defying the odds with the calf killer getting a victory, that Ric Flair has come out here and said that we have to run the match back. And second time of asking, Chris Jericho locks in the Walls of Jericho and picks up a victory, putting himself 2-1 up over AJ Styles in his best of 5 series for the WWE Championship. And the next one, I guess, will take place next week. I guess, matter of fact, it could have to take place in Money in the Bank, but I think it makes more sense to have it take place at Wwe 1 Smackdown Live. That is it for Smackdown Live. Don't remember to check out NXT, ladies and gentlemen. It airs the week before us. I mean, a lot going on as they prepare for their Money in the Bank pay-per-view as well. They got all their matches set up. Ladder match also coming, so make sure you check out that, check out Impact. And make sure you just keep your eyes on everything that happens in this Star Universe mode. And return next week to see what happens. Return this weekend, sorry, for Money in the Bank. Peace.